Okay, you all, this is part three, where we're talking about Black women, public transportation, discrimination, and racism. So, how Black women get discriminated against on public transportation, on buses, trains, airports, everywhere. But right now I'm really focused too on the bus. And I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker. And the date is March 30th, 2024. Saturday, it's almost Easter. Jesus Christ. I love me some Jesus. I'm a Christian. And having that relationship with Christ helps us Black women to stay strong and deal with all this racism that Black women have to deal with. Like Truth, I can't get my words out now. Sojourner Truth said Black women are the most hated women. And one is because we're a woman and people still hate women. And then two, because we're Black and people still hate Blacks. And so we got both of them. We are a woman and we're Black. We're Black women. And so people really, some of them hate us for no reason. We're not even doing anything wrong, but we have to deal. Now, we're not saying everybody, but we're talking about these power structures that we have to deal with. So when you're catching a bus, you got to deal with bus drivers. And so we're dealing with public transportations where they pass you up. They want to put you on the bus, or they put you on the bus. They're looking at you suspiciously, or just trying to do stuff to you, try to gaslight you, or just try to get you in trouble, and you're not doing anything wrong. And it's just so amazing how Black women can be accused of doing something wrong and they didn't even do anything wrong. So that's why sometimes I don't mind cameras being around everywhere. So that, whether you need to turn, when you feel unsafe, turn your camera on too. Because you have a right, if you're not feeling safe, if people are making you feel unsafe, and especially when you feel like somebody's trying to lie on you, like you're doing something wrong, you're not doing anything wrong. And why that's important for Black women to turn on your camera is because without your proof, they will believe what the other people are saying. Sometimes even with your proof, they will still try to act like that, what the people say. It's sad because anybody can say anything negative about a Black woman and people believe it, all because we're Black women. And all because they do not value Black women. They think negatively of Black women. And it's so sad because that makes it so unsafe for us Black women. That someone can accuse us of doing something and we didn't do anything. People don't stand up for us. People don't value us enough to try to protect us. And that's what Malcolm X said, that Black women are the most unprotected, most disrespected. That's what Malcolm X had talked about, and what Black women have to deal with. And it's so true. We experience it often. Now, again, I'm not saying that a lot of people experience it, but I don't know about y'all. I'm a Black woman. I experience all this stuff sometimes every day. I don't talk about it every day, but and I know I've been called to point this stuff out in the name of Jesus to help save people so that Black women can know how to deal with this. So Black women can know, no, it's not in your mind. They try to make it act like it's in our mind, especially when we tell them, I felt racist. That's what a lot of times I'm talking. You wait and you save your breath to talk to an attorney. That's what you save your breath for. Because trying to talk to them, they're going to deny it, or sometimes even they get even more racist. They get mad because maybe you accuse them of racism, and discrimination, or they try to act like it's all in your mind, all the see, you're not dumb. You see how they treated that white woman, how accommodating they were to her, or people who were not Black, and then how they just treated you as a Black woman, so don't let them try to make it seem like it's in your mind. It's just you, no, it's not just you. So I know God called me to this subject to help free up Black women. Now, like I said, and then we're talking about Black women in public transportation, bus transit. So I'm out here in Los Angeles, California. And so I do want to go back to, and this is part three. So I've been telling you all about the Los Angeles, California Metro Bus 217 that happened on Monday. So you have to count back the date, because today is March 30th, 2024, Saturday. So this past Monday. How the driver was just very harassing me. And then he started talking language like I was doing something to him and I wasn't. That is so scary for us Black women. So I was trying to see, all the bus drivers supposed to have on a shirt. And I learned this from another lead. There's this Black man, he be riding a bus, he lived in my neighborhood, and he served in the armed forces. And I've seen him get on drivers that are trying to discriminate against him because he's disabled. And sometimes the same thing that what they'll do for white people who are disabled, or white veterans that get on the bus that are disabled, because he has a walker and stuff, they won't do for him. Or sometimes, the driver won't even make the people get up for him to be able to have a seat, and he's handicapped and he has his walker, you know what I'm saying? And so, but I've learned from him, because I remember one time he told the driver, he said he was looking at his number, he looked at that driver, he said, okay, your number, he cited the number, I was like, oh, okay, because I knew to look at the bus numbers. And then sometime in the corner, of the bus. But I learned the corner of the bus number that faces the outside, that's the route. And you look up at the bus number, the number of the bus, that helps. But then he helped me to learn to also look at the bus driver's shirt, because the bus driver's shirt is supposed to have their actual number on it. Well, this particular bus driver on Monday, Los Angeles, California, Metro Bus 217 had covered up his. He didn't have his number showing. And so you have to watch. Everything he was doing was so illegal to me. Everything, he was harassing me. It was a hate crime he was doing towards me. But he kept trying to make it seem like I was doing something to him. And it's so sad. And that's why we have to videotape and record to protect ourselves and when we feel unsafe, because, these bus drivers can lie on you and you haven't done anything wrong as a Black woman. But because they don't want a Black woman on their bus, they don't want to pick up Black women. They don't want Black women on their bus. They act like they're suspicious of Black women. Now, again, all this stuff happened to these bus drivers out here, at least especially in LA. A lot of times are people that are not even Black. They're by people that are not even Black that have been doing different crimes to these bus drivers, right? It's not even Black people that's doing it. Every once in a while, it might be a Black person. Even if it is, it's not a Black woman. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very sad on that, though they devalue Black women and discriminate against Black women, and it's not Black women that's doing all these crimes against the bus drivers. And then they're empowering these bus drivers even more, to me, which is setting up Black people, because a lot of them will accuse Black people, and the Black people aren't doing nothing to them on these buses. The bus drivers will accuse. And these are all races of of bus drivers. Black bus drivers will accuse Black people. They act like they don't like Black people. It just be sad. But you got to remember, this is your tax money. These are public transportations. So these bus drivers are supposed to be kind and give good customer service to everybody, not just who they want on the bus, white people, because they love white people. Everybody love white people. A white person can be homeless and stink like I don't know what. They will still treat them with more respect than they treat the Black woman, than to pay her fare. Not doing nothing wrong, minding her own business, and then constantly looking at you through their mirror like you about to do something wrong. It just be so sad. But like I said, that bus driver, and this was just recent, that was so scary to me, because he just kept saying words, making up stuff, and I'm just minding my own business, and I was like, that is scary when somebody accuses you of something and you're not doing anything. You're minding your own business, but for whatever reason, they don't like Black women, because they hate Black women, because they don't want you in their space, or whatever the case it may be, trying to accuse you of something, trying to get you in trouble, and it's wrong. And the reason they do it to Black women is because they feel like they can easily lie on Black women, and people will easily believe the lie that they tell on Black women. And we sit here like we haven't even done anything. There's a lot of Black women in jail that should not be in jail, or got in trouble for something they didn't even do, just because a person lied on them and they wouldn't believe the Black woman. Sometimes they don't even give the Black woman a chance to talk, to say that she didn't do it. They just automatically believe, no one on the bus comes to protect the Black woman. They just automatically believe that evidently the Black woman did something wrong, because they don't value Black women either. So it's very sad. So Black women, we got to stay prayed up. And the key thing, and thank God, I love me some Ben Crump. Been around Ben Crump a lot too. I love me some Ben Crump, the attorney that speaks out. And there's a lot of attorney, because it was that Brian Cage that also works with Ben Crump. And now there's a lot of attorneys that will speak up on the behalf of Black people. You don't have to be dead, because remember, it used to be you have to have died, and then people will speak up for your attorneys, will take your case. Now you don't have to be dead for an attorney to take your case as a Black person. And so, and even, and I have been speaking to city council meetings, Los Angeles City Council meetings, about the racism in these stores. And so just recently, even our Los Angeles, city had fined a store. They fined Smart and Final for doing discrimination against a Black man, So I'm like, but we still need y'all to make sure y'all finding people how they treat Black women as well, But anyway, so we're talking about Black women in public transportation. This is Women's Month, and this African American Policy Forum has designated this last week of Women's Month as Black women, with the status of Black women, and how we doing it. And they talk about the discrimination that's still going on, with Black women, how it's so wrong. So you can go to hashtag say her name, hashtag say her name, and Kimberly Crenshaw. I love Kimberly Crenshaw and all her organizations. But anyway, so y'all, we just have to stay prayed up. And again, and this is the third part to this that I'm doing, the third part about Black women, public transportation, the discrimination we receive, and the racism, because we're Black women. We're not doing anything. We're just minding our own business, paid our fare on the bus, but we still got to deal with all that, I said, they won't even pick us up sometime. It's just a lot, because even before we get on the bus, bus, standing at the bus stop. We've had to deal with police surrounding us. We've had to deal with people, predators driving by us, acting like we're hoeing and we're waiting for the bus. Like I said, I do comedy and music, so sometimes I'm out late. But like a lot of times these days, it's before 12. So sometimes I'm at the bus stop. I'll leave a comment like Cinderella. I'm trying to get in before 12. Because when the clock hits 12, I know more discrimination is gonna start. You know what I'm saying? I hear in these streets. And so, so you're getting out even before 12, trying to get home before 12 midnight. You know what I'm saying? So it can be 9. It just once it hit dark, sometimes it don't even have to be dark. Police are surrounding because they looking at you like you hoeing instead of catching the bus. Then you got the predators, the Johns, that I guess they hope you hoeing because they trying to get you. And all you are trying to do is catch the bus. So you've been through all of this before you even get on the bus. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes the bus will just pass you by because you're a black woman. They want to pick you up, So you're praying that there's other races, people who are not black at the bus stop, because then you got more of a chance of the buses stopping. And this is sad. And I'm out in Los Angeles, California. So we're done with the Metro bus system. And so our public transportation money, we're paying for their salary, right? This is tax. This is government bus public transportation. But yet, black women, they're mistreating black women, not willing to pick up black people or black women, on something that you're helping to pay for. You're helping to pay for their salary. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad. But like I said, stay prayed up in the name of Jesus. Like I said, this is the day before Easter, and I love me some Jesus, and I am a Christian, so we stay prayed up in the name of Jesus. And then sometimes when you hear me talk about our mind, if they ever try to say, oh, Michelle did, nope, don't believe them, come get me. If they ever try to like me, nope, come get me, because nope, because Michelle Blondie Pink, Michelle Hope Walker, she is told she'll act like a slave and she needs to get home. When I say act like, meaning I will humble myself. I don't be saying nothing back. I'll be letting them say whatever they might need to say. Now, sometimes if I'm feeling safe, I turn to my camera. Sometimes they drill in more on you when you turn on your camera. But if they are making you feel unsafe, you have the right to safety. You are a citizen. You are a public person. You're a citizen, not citizen. I don't want to, knock my, people who, whatever their status is. But I'm just saying, a human person, if somebody is making you feel unsafe, you have the right. Thank God for these cameras. You have the right for safety. And for black women, we really got to turn on our cameras because they won't believe us. They will even when they're taping us, because the buses a lot of times are taping and stuff, but still they will turn it around to make it seem like we had done something wrong. And as that bus driver, like I told you on Monday, as he was trying to set me up, make it seem like I was doing something wrong, I wasn't even doing nothing wrong to him. He was like, oh, the cameras don't even hear you, And I mean, just very mean. And he does not need to be driving a bus, because I'm pretty sure he has got a lot of people, black people, in trouble because he lies on you. He will just sit there, and that's what people will do, but we have to stay safe. So what I'm saying is, don't say nothing back. You stay quiet. You know what I'm saying? But be looking at their number on their sleeve, like the bus number, write down the time, the date, get all your information. So if you do want to get an attorney, and I say more so on getting an attorney, because sometimes when you report the racism, a different thing, discrimination, these agencies, sometimes especially with black women, somehow they always end up turning around because they're going to get the story of the driver. The driver going to lie. Because again, he's going to always lie. He or she going to lie to try to cover themselves. You know what I'm saying? And, unfortunately, when it comes to black women, a lot of times these organizations, these government places, they don't respect black women. They don't value black women. So they'll believe their drivers over their drivers who are lying over the black woman. So a lot of times you need to get an attorney. But it's still good to keep all your information. So if anything ever comes out, you got your date and information. And if you felt very unsafe, that you feel like you need to videotape, you got your video. All right, y'all. Today is March 30th, 2024, and I'm wrapping this up. So we've been talking about black women and public transportation, and racism and discrimination that black women experience just catching the public transportation, buses, trains, planes. You know what I'm saying? All this that we, all this experience, that we experience. This is Women's Month, and this is Black Women's Week, so we talk about it because it's not right. Black women should not experience this, but like I said, Sojourner Truth talked about black women are the most hated. As Malcolm X talked about, black women are the most unprotected and disrespected. Now, again, we're talking about when we're dealing with government agents, and it's so ironic because we're taxpayers, so we're paying their salary, and they're mistreating us, us black women. It's sad, because they wouldn't do white women like that. You know what I'm saying? But they feel comfortable